It was a truly poignant and historic evening at the Royal British Legion's Festival of Remembrance this year, as Prince George made his debut appearance beside his mother, the Princess of Wales, in a deeply symbolic step into public royal life. The annual event, held at London's Royal Albert Hall, pays tribute to the courage, service, and sacrifice of the British and Commonwealth Armed Forces, both past and present. And this year, it carried a special emotional weight. As the royal family entered the Grand Hall to the sound of trumpets, all eyes turned to the royal box. King Charles III, Queen Camilla, and the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh took their seats, joined by Princess Catherine and her eldest son, Prince George, who at just 11 years old, looked every bit the young prince stepping confidently into his future role. It was a particularly significant night for George, his first ever attendance at the Festival of Remembrance. Dressed smartly and composed, the young royal mirrored his mother's graceful poise as they paid their respects together. The moment reflected a quiet generational transition within the monarchy, from one devoted to service to another, being gently prepared to carry that legacy forward. This year's festival, which aired on BBC One at 9 p.m., marked not only a celebration of duty and bravery, but also key milestones in modern history. The 80th anniversary of the end of the Second World War, and in the 25th anniversary of the UK government lifting the ban on gay, lesbian, and bisexual personnel serving openly in the armed forces. In the softly lit Royal Albert Hall, the ceremony unfolded with heartfelt performances, moving readings, and moments of silence that touched every soul in attendance. For the royal family, the event was more than a tradition. It was a reminder of their enduring connection to those who serve, a bond rooted in duty, remembrance, and gratitude. As always, Princess Catherine captivated the audience with her understated yet deeply symbolic style. She wore a black dress with a contrasting white collar by Alessandra Rich, an HMS Glasgow brooch, and earrings once belonging to the late Queen Elizabeth II, a touching tribute to the beloved monarch. Pinned delicately to her dress was a handmade poppy crafted from silk and glass by Izzy Ager of Lock & Co., a recent graduate from the Royal School of Needlework. The handmade poppy, with its natural materials and exquisite artistry, perfectly reflected Catherine's appreciation for craftsmanship and tradition. Notably absent from the evening's ceremony was Prince William. He was flying commercially back from Belém, Brazil, where he had been representing the crown, and that limited flight options meant he could not return in time. However, his decision to take a commercial flight and his commitment to be present for the remembrance service at the cenotaph the following morning underscored his sense of responsibility and humility, qualities increasingly admired by the public. Prince George's presence at the Festival of Remembrance is part of a gradual and thoughtful introduction into royal life. In recent months, he has joined his parents at several key public events, quietly learning the weight and meaning of royal duty. Earlier this year, during VE Day commemorations at Buckingham Palace, George joined his father for a tea party with veterans. Dressed smartly in a navy suit and blue tie, he listened intently as veterans shared their wartime stories. One veteran named Alfred recalled George asking, "What was it like when you were coming in?" A question that revealed the young prince's empathy and curiosity. "Pretty awful," Alfred replied with a laugh. Another veteran, Dougie, spoke warmly of the encounter. "I was very impressed with the lad's interest. He listened with genuine attention, very polite, very engaged. That's what you hope for from the next generation." Moments like these show that George is growing not just in height, though he did look notably tall beside his mother, but in awareness. Under the gentle guidance of his parents, he's beginning to grasp what it truly means to serve. On Sunday, King Charles III, now patron of the Royal British Legion, will lead the nation in a 2-minute silence at the National Service of Remembrance at the Cenotaph in London. For the royal family, these consecutive events represent more than official duty. They embody the continuity of remembrance across generations. As the Princess of Wales and Prince George left the Royal Albert Hall, the image of mother and son walking side by side resonated deeply. It wasn't just a royal appearance, it was a powerful symbol of legacy, compassion, and hope. The next generation is watching, learning, and slowly stepping into its own light. And on this night of remembrance, the future king's quiet presence spoke volumes.